Welcome to DF Services Tech, a private digital forensic investigation. My name is Siti Hanis Syafiqah Binti Hamid, a lead forensic investigator for this case. Let's walk through this case together. Earlier of this month, a possible data breach occurs to Excelist, a high-level tech company known for its innovation. It all started when a highly confidential program source code was detected accessed by user named admin A at non-working hours without prior approval. A suspicious email activity was detected afterwards, involving the unauthorized transmission of sensitive files. This is causing an alert to the security team, as it is not the team policy to access the file at non-working hours without prior approval. Immediately after the alert received, the IT security team secured the affected workstation and server logs to preserve evidences. Our team was brought in to do a deeper investigation for a suspected data breach, especially before the official release of the system, which coming sooner. So here are the main phases to focus on. Number 1 is evidence acquisition. In this phase, we collect all related evidence from the suspect. Number 2 is evidence recovery. In this phase, we use special forensic tools to recover all files, included the deleted or hidden. Next phase is evidence analysis. In this phase, we analyze the information that we have gathered and construct the incident timeline. And lastly is evidence presentation. In this phase, we are expected to present for this investigation for further action by the company. The first phase is evidence acquisitions. The goal is to recover evidence without altering the crime scene to maintain chain of custody, which is very important. In this case is the suspect computer hard disk and also an external USB found at the suspect's desk. We collected and transported the suspect's hard disk and external USB in a secure container to the digital forensic lab. We used a separate single evidence form to document what has been done to the hard disk and the USB. This is important to maintain the evidence's integrity in case there is a possible legal proceeding afterwards. Since this case is a possible internal breach, we used a static disk-to-disk image acquisition method. This method involves copy bit-by-bit data from the suspect's disk while the system is powered off. This technique ensures that original data is not altered during acquisition. The copied data is in its raw format, preserving all information including deleted files, slack space, hidden files, and system metadata that may be important to the investigation. The same process also done to the external USB found at the suspect's desk. Both storage devices were imaged following a professional forensic procedure to ensure it is admissible to the court if needed. Although it is a copied version of the original drives, they are still considered as a valid evidence as they contains the whole data from the suspect's original drives. This is not limited to emails, web browsing history, files, and the other user activity. There are also possibilities that there might be password-protected or deleted files that require further forensic analysis to access and interpret. But worry not, even though files has been deleted, it still can be traced. Deleted files won't just disappear, it leave trail behind. Or if the files is encrypted with password, there is also a special tools to handle that. But first, to copy the suspect's hard disk and USB, we use 2 forensic tools, which is Tableau Write Blocker, a hardware to connect the suspect's drive to our workstation, and FTK Imager, a software to image the drive. This tool is widely recognized to be used in digital crime investigation. A little bit information on the FTK Imager. This tool is known for its ability to generate forensically sound disk images while maintaining its integrity. This is the illustration of how we image the suspect's drive and external USB. First, the write blocker is connected to the suspect's drive, the forensic workstation, and power. Then, by using FTK Imager, we copied the suspect's drive connected earlier with a read-only function into our forensic workstation. Just like that, the copying process is completed. Now, move on to the evidence recovery phase. We conducted an in-depth examination of the forensic image obtained from the suspect's storage devices. All processes for data retrieval was done on the forensic copied version to ensure that the original data is not altered. We successfully recovered a deleted zip folder named Finance Project 2025 from the copied disk. The recovered folder's hash value was verified and found to match the original project folder hash code, confirming its authenticity and evidential value. To ensure the recovery process was comprehensive, we also performed a detailed search for hidden or encrypted folders using advanced forensic analysis techniques. This included scanning for anomalies in file structures, analyzing file entropy, and checking for hidden files. However, no hidden or encrypted folders were discovered during this process. The write blocker itself does not recover deleted data, but it protects the evidence during acquisition. Deleted file recovery is performed using forensic analysis tools such as FTK, which we're going to discuss next. Here's how we do it. Once the imaging was complete in the previous phase, we loaded the evidence into FTK Forensic Toolkit. This forensic toolkit allowed us to search, filter, and extract valuable digital artifacts, including deleted documents, USB connection logs, Windows registry entries, and email activity. This is where we found the deleted zip folder named Finance Project 2025 and a deleted email sent outside of the organizations. FTK also enabled us to generate detailed evidence reports, complete with hash values, timestamps, and investigator notes, ensuring the findings were both technically sound and legally admissible. We now move on to the analysis phase. We extracted relevant data focusing on system logs. Our first findings was from the system logs, which shows user named Admin A has accessed the project source code at 2 a.m. in the morning, which is non-working hours. System logs also showed activity from an external USB storage device, including connection and file transfer events, indicating that files may have been copied during this session. Diving deeper, we scanned email logs and discovered an outgoing message sent later that same night. The incident happened, the subject line blank, but with the sensitive document attached. Based on these findings, we now have enough evidence to construct the incident timeline. This timeline will show who was involved, when does the incident happen, what actions were taken, and how the breach was carried out. This phase is critical in understanding the full scope of the incident and will support further investigation, reporting, and potentially legal or disciplinary action. The final phase is the evidence presentation. Based on our findings, the timeline are as follows. At 2:05 a.m., the suspect logs into his workstation. This unusual login time is the first red flag. Few minutes later, at 02:08, a confidential document, Finance Project 2025, is accessed. At 2:15 a.m., a USB device is connected. Registry logs identify it as a WD hard disk, 1 terabytes. Within 60 seconds, the sensitive file is copied to the USB drive. By 2:17 a.m., the file is deleted from the system to cover tracks, but the deletion leaves behind metadata and recoverable content. At 2:19 a.m., the user launches their Outlook email account. Moments later, they send a message with no subject to the outsider's Gmail account with 1 stolen files attached. At 2:21 a.m., the user logs off. It took the suspect less than 20 minutes, but its impact have been devastating. Our investigation confirmed an internal breach by Admin A, who acted out of personal vendetta after being overlooked for promotion. The evidence was undeniable. Legal proceedings are underway. Meanwhile, Exalist has implemented stricter access controls, anomaly detection systems, and a zero-trust security policy. This case reminds us the importance of fast response, forensic tools, and policy enforcement. Digital forensics isn't just about recovery, it's about truth, accountability, and prevention. Digital forensic reveals the truth from within,